This is AJ Miles for Amazing Thoughts. It's the first pod, and I got one of the dopest guests in Indianapolis on here. And so, sitting here with my boy Terrence Hood.
What up, yo? Yeah.
Every time we do a show together, it ends up being magic. So, I would rather, like I said already to you, that I'd rather have a very intelligent conversation between two black men instead of just an argument and a debate. So I was like, man, I like T Hood. I think he got a good heart. I think his heart's in the right place. So I would love to have him on the show. And I reached out to Kim and was like, can we have him on the show first? So what's going on with you, T Hood? Tell some people about you so I ain't got to give you your resume.
All right, well, my name's T Hood, Terrence Hood.
Right.
I am the founder of Hood to Hood, my nonprofit organization. Also working anymore in the #1 car sales in Indianapolis. Get some shout outs to that, okay? I'm an activist. I'm a mentor. I mean, I teach. I'm community-based first. I'm for my people to a fault. You know what I'm saying? But it's a little bit of who I am. I did 13 years in prison, came home, changed my life, tried to, set an example for the guys who went to prison and came home and think the only way out is drugs. I try to, change the narrative for them, show them somebody that they can look up to and believe in. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
I agree with that 100%. So what is Hood to Hood? Like, go into depth exactly what that does.
Hood to Hood is really is for the kids that come up in impoverished like I did, lack of opportunities. When we was trying to teach conflict resolution to the kids and show them a better way to resolve conflict other than just shooting, other than just fighting. Sometimes it takes a lot to bite your tongue or to turn the other cheek, and sometimes you gotta fight. I'm not saying you don't. Sometimes you gotta knuckle up and throw them things, but with Hood to Hood, what we try to do is just try to get them a out, try to get them another avenue to release their stress, or maybe we cutting grass like we do, like Shane Shepard, or maybe we just giving free haircuts and giving coat drives and after school programs. And Hood to Hood does a lot. It's a little stagnant right now because of the COVID. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to endanger too many people's kids and have them all in one area at the same time. But, I mean, Hood to Hood is a movement, baby. We based out of Howardville. That's what we do.
Yeah, I'm from the east side.
Okay. I can't relate to that. But that's a little bit about me.
There's nothing wrong with that, man. What inspired Hood to Hood before we get into this conversation? Because this is why I wanted him on, because the first conversation we had, it was like a debate. And then the second time I seen you, I'm gonna be honest with you, I seen you after the Deshaun Reed thing, and you're out there screaming at people like, "We tired," and all this, and I seen an old woman say, "Let's pray." You said, "I'm tired of praying." Listen, you might be, but them old ladies, our grandmothers and mothers and everybody praying over us is the reason we still here, man. Don't ever deny nobody's prayers, bro. I don't care how mad you are to be like, you know what? We've been praying for a long time. Can we have another outlet? But don't. So I was like, man, who is this? I didn't even know it was you at first. And then I was like, oh, that's T Hood. So then the next time I seen you, we had a nice debate. But I was like, nah, we need to sit down and just have a dope conversation because, you know what I'm saying, I think your heart's in the right place, and I think you genuinely want to help people. So
Appreciate that, bro.
If you genuinely want to help people, I think everybody just needs to know the information and the facts to everything that's going on.
Yeah, I agree. Now, when it comes to the praying, I ain't want to pray right then and there. It wasn't a praying time for me. For me, it was like, I feel like, holding hands, singing Kumbaya when a police officer just murdered innocent black man. I felt like that wasn't the way to go.
Whoa.
I feel like I feel like he was an innocent young black man, no matter what he did. I read from the police multiple times. I've been to jail multiple times. I mean, I've been to boys' school multiple times. Did it forever in prison. I ran from the police. Objective when you run from the police is to throw the gun. So no matter what hot dog stuff he was on, he didn't deserve to die.
I agree with that, but the word innocent makes it look a little different.
When I say innocent, in the sense of not justifying his death.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that.
Nothing that he did should have resulted in his death.
I don't know the facts yet, but I agree.
You know what I mean? From the facts that I gathered, that I intel. So what I was saying was, hold on, let's focus on these chicken wings. My man's having chicken wings in the pot. This how you treat a player. I'm just being 100. But I felt like, I felt like my voice needed to be heard. I didn't want to pray that. I pray every night, and I give glory to the Most High. But at that point in time, I didn't want to pray. I felt like anger needed to be shed. It needed to be out there. I felt like it's like a person. Say if you with your girl and she sees something, she don't speak on it on Tuesday when she should have. It come out 2 weeks from now when everything y'all on y'all best behavior. You're in front of your mama. She's get to praying out because she throw that anger in. Let it out. It ain't nothing wrong with a black person letting anger. That's how I felt. Whatever they wanted to do, if they wanted to burn some shit down, they could have done it. Can I cuss? Excuse my language.
No,
I
it's
got
my
a
podcast.
foul
You
mouth.
good.
So, you know what I'm saying? I didn't give a damn what they did because it's almost like you come to a point in time where they view buildings more than they value buildings more than they value black lives. What's the problem? I didn't understand that, but go ahead, bro. I can't talk forever on your
No,
podcast.
you're fine. This is the conversation.
Yeah.
I want to get a full understanding of what you're saying. So, you didn't think it would be wise, because when I seen it happen, I was like, yo, this looks sad. So the first thing I did was I called a friend of mine who's a councilman, and I'm like, are you watching this? And he was like, yeah. Then I called a couple of friends who were cops, and I'm like, so what is going on? And then the next day they gave me all the information that I have, but I'm gonna wait for all the facts to come out before. I think Kobe said this one time, is that we can't just react all the time because they're expecting us to react.
I agree.
So if we consistently always react, then we're going to be places where you're inciting and telling people like violence is okay, but that leads to something else because we're not being accountable for like the things that we're doing out here. Because when we encourage these things, we got people who aren't that intelligent. They're going to say violence is okay in every other situation. So for me, I'm like, okay, I understand the anger, but it has to be like condensed and then pushed towards something that could actually make a change.
I agree, but at the same time, I look at it like this, man. They don't value us.
Who?
The police. Period. Okay, it might be my best friend's a police officer. I don't know if you've seen my best
seen the
friend.
post.
Love
Yeah.
him to death. You know what I'm saying? And if he was anything like any of them, he wouldn't be a best or friend. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like it's not a question. It's like it's a hard job to do. We know it's a hard job to do. Don't do the motherfucker. Don't do the job. If you feel like when you pull a black man over at 3 o'clock in the morning, your life is automatically in danger, then don't pull me over. Because how about we around the same age.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear about this coming up. It was not as many, maybe because it wasn't the camera footage out there. But we never really heard about our buddies getting killed by the police. It's like, oh man, what did you locked up for? I got caught on a high-speed chase. He threw his work, got caught. Now it's if you go on a high-speed chase, you in jeopardy of getting killed. That's the difference. It's like skip over the charge straight to death. I break the law, I die. If I get caught, I get sentenced so much more than a person that look opposite of me. You in the lose-lose. You in the lose-lose, man. I feel like we a long, long way from making a change. And that's just how I feel. A long way.
So,
Because first you gotta tear some shit down before you build some shit back up. That's just my personal opinion on that.
I mean, sometimes you do have to do that. I don't think this is the case. But sometimes you do have to break things down and create chaos in order to have a creation. I mean, that's just how life is. Burn things down and rise from the phoenix, right? Like the ashes from the phoenix. But we're burning things down with no money. Who's going to rebuild it? We're doing things out of order, not making any sense. We're just moving and just reacting out of emotions. So what do you want to do? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to burn things down, right? Here's what I see happening. We burn things down and then we look and we say, well, who's going to do it? Well, the government got money. That's always the answer for people who don't have money. Like, that's what your kids think, right? When you got kids, well, my daddy got money. My mama got money. I can get the money, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's how it always is, right? So you burn things down. We don't have money in our country. We're already trillions in debt to China. So what happens? You look at China and be like, hey, can you help us rebuild our country? They're going to say, yeah, right? Oh, I got you, because this is exactly where I want you. But you know what? All those freedoms that you had led you to burn it down your country. So now you got to take on our system, because money controls and runs everything. So now you got to be communist, socialist, or whatever you want to be in this situation. And now we just literally came free as our minds and everything. Now we're going into slavery, because that's what communism and socialism is. So now, where are we standing at now? You can't just move on emotions all the time. You cannot just react all the time. So I understand the pain and the emotions and everything coming from it, but at the end of the day, they expect us and they are counting on us to get emotional and react. And I know if I can make somebody react every time I point or trigger them, right? They're talking about triggers and stuff all the time. If I can make somebody react every time I trigger them, then I know I can control them.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. I understand what you're saying. But it comes a point in time when you say, when is enough enough? You ask yourself.
What is enough? Let's look at the numbers. Okay. Let's look at the numbers. What is enough?
What? Go ahead.
So I'm asking you, what is enough?
What I'm saying is that, when you see someone on camera blatantly I'm talking about like murdering this man. Like, this is after Drejon. But don't forget we had Philando Castillo in the car on video. Don't forget about the man in South Carolina. He was running from the police and got shot multiple times in his back. That man got charged for murder.
Okay.
Let's not forget about Eric Gardner that was captured on video. But with George Floyd, it's a different era. Them once 14-year-olds are now 18. All they seen their whole life was video footage of cops fucking us up. That's all they seen. So they like, hold on.
Why is that all they seen?
For some reason, because I'm not saying that the media
No,
doesn't.
because white people die by police more than we do.
I understand that.
So
But it's
no.
more
My
them
question
than us.
is,
More than them than us.
no. It's not more than them than us because the police are pulling people over who are committing crimes. Let's not act like these people aren't committing crimes. So if the dynamic is somebody committing crimes, it's not just more than them than us. My question to you is, why is the perception them always killing us? Like Mexicans don't get killed by police, like white people don't get killed by police, like Asian don't get killed. Actually, why is the only time it's really on TV is when we're getting killed?
Oh, I got it. Well, I think the reason why it's like that, bro, is because of what we've been through in this country. What we fought to get our rights back. How many people died to vote? How many people died just to be treated as equal? When our system was thriving, when it was just us. How do you want to look at it?
What system?
When blacks was over here, Jim Crow. When blacks was over here and whites was over here, we was doing our own thing.
Okay.
However you want to look at it. However you want to look at
so
it.
why we ain't doing it now?
It's a different world now. Times change.
Well,
Because certain people.
we got to stop there.
How? You think it's the same as it was in Jim Crow? I don't think that's debatable.
No, it has, but the reason you can't say that we have to be segregated to work together.
No, that's not what I was saying.
Okay.
What I was saying was that when that was taking place, blacks was working for blacks. I'm not saying I support it or that I disagree with it. Whatever the situation was, it was better. That's why when they burnt down Black Wall Street, it was over 600 businesses.
Yeah, that was a bad thing.
But what I'm saying is that because they seen the way we was going. And they're like, damn, they've been killing black folks since the beginning of the time. They still doing it. We ain't been killing Mexicans since the beginning of time. Not over here. It's been blacks. It's been Indians since we've been here. So when they look at it like, damn, another unarmed black man getting murdered, another unarmed black woman getting murdered. That's the narrative that they putting out there, bro.
So do you think it's better now?
Hell no, it ain't. Is it better than it was back then? Of course. I would hope so.
So how many people got killed by police last year?
I can't tell you the exact number.
It's like 250.
But time out. Hold on. You have to understand one thing. When you have a gun on you, should you be murdered by the police? I don't give a time out. I don't give a damn if it was one. Don't say 250 like them 250 ain't got mothers, fathers, brothers, nieces, nephews, and kids now. And don't say 250 like it only affects one person.
I'm saying
because George Floyd death affected the world.
Okay.
Period. So it doesn't matter if it was that one person that was killed was too many, bro.
No.
Yeah.
No.
What do you mean? No, I don't get that.
Because I'm about to explain to you why. Okay. So it's not about me discrediting the 250 people who died, right? My thing is the perception of the people who are dealing with this. Why do they want us to focus on 250 people and then ignore 700,000 abortions and then ignore 800,000 heart disease, then ignore 600,000 with diabetes, then ignore our own, I know everybody hates the black on black crime narrative, but then ignore all that. It's a reason that they're wanting us to focus on police brutality because they have an agenda to push a whole nother thing that has nothing to do with us. So the reason they want us emotional, because we are emotional as people. Just like you're sitting here talking, you're getting very emotional. There's nothing wrong with this very passionate conversation because you're a Gemini, and I do it all the time. I get super hype and do everything all the time. So I'm not upset about you getting hype. I'm saying in general, we get emotional as a people. Why do we focus only on that to get super emotional about? And why do they only focus on when we get killed? And you're asking when somebody gets pulled over, right? Did you know a black man is 18 times more likely to kill a police officer? So if that's the case, wouldn't you be cautious walking up to? So the thing is we're looking at it as how they want us to look at it in one lens instead of broadening our lens and saying, okay, why do you want us to do this? Why do you want us upset? Why do you want us mad? Because if I focus on this racism part and I focus on this police brutality, then I can't focus on me, the individual, and I can't build and come together with us and get an economic base. Why are you saying get up here and let us blow stuff up and burn everything and all this and all that? Where are we going with it? There's no plan. I don't follow nobody with a plan, bro. And no woman should follow a man without a plan. If I'm about to get married to you and you telling me what are we gonna do, I'm gonna be like, get married. I mean, I don't know how we gonna pay for the wedding. I barely got a job. We look crazy out here. So at the end of the day, we gotta learn how to manage our emotions. I'm not saying don't express them. I'm saying manage your emotions. And if you manage your emotions, then we can actually move forward and strategically do something to actually help us. Because right now you're saying a whole lot of stuff. And to me, it feels like, Whitey, please help me. Come on, I want you to see me. I want you to understand me. And I'm like, I don't care if they see me or not. I only care about T Hood. I only care about Radio Wave. I only care about the men who created these wings. That's black people. So I care about that. Let's figure out how we can do this, because if we keep begging them for something, it's been 400 years. At what point do we realize they're not going to give us nothing?
I agree. No, I agree with that part, the last part. I don't agree with none of the other stuff you said, but that's neither here nor there. We get to that. Let's focus on the simple fact of the matter is that, again, one black man being killed, one black woman being killed.
But you can't say that. You can't say that. And I'm not gonna go. You can't say that and then not acknowledge the other lives that are being killed.
No. I'm not saying that. But see, it's like this. It's a different ball game when you're supposed to serve and protect. You serve and protect. You work for me. I pay your salary. Me. I'm a taxpayer. I pay your salary. So if I'm paying you to watch my kids, I expect them to be safe. I'm paying you. When I call in the middle of the, hey, listen, somebody breaking into my house, and then you come to my house and you think it's me because I live in a nice house?
Let me ask you a question.
But that's the way of the world. I'm not saying that's going to change.
Who kills more people, doctors or police?
Doctors.
So why are we not as passionate when doctors do it?
You missing the point.
I'm not missing the point. See, the thing.
When somebody kicking in your door, who you going to call, your doctor or the police officer?
What we're not going to do is say I'm missing the point.
Who? How aren't you?
I'm not, because I want you to understand, why are they making us focus on this? I understand your point 100%. I'm not missing it. I understand. But they want you emotional, is what I'm telling you.
I agree. I can agree with that.
And that's a problem, because when you're emotional, you are too easy to control.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
But why are they focusing on that? That's a problem to me, because at the end of the day, you are paying doctors too. So that's why I use a doctor, because you are paying doctors. And at the end of the day, if you're paying doctors and you're paying police and they're there to serve and protect, a doctor is there to make you get healed. Right or wrong? It's to fix my knee and get me up out of there. If I got a cold or anything, it's fix that and get me up out of there. If I got COVID, what is going on right now? COVID, I go in there and take the test, get me wherever I need, get me up out of there. That is the same thing. My problem is why do they make us focus on this so much? And that when I start asking that, I start looking at everything else. So then when I say 365 million interactions with human beings, 365 million interactions with the civilians, that's how many interactions the police had last year. 1,004 died. That is an excellent number, no matter how you see it.
Well, you know what?
Because that's like 99.9999 something percentage that they're doing their job.
But you want to know what's crazy, though? It's like, people skew the numbers because you only go off what you read.
Okay, so
all I'm saying is that you're going off what you read, which is perfectly cool. But I know that when I get pulled over, my heart beat.
Mine don't.
Mine do, and I'm legal. I'm legal all the way around the map. License, insurance, everything around my plates. But when I get pulled over, my heart beat. Hold on. You ain't got no kids. I do. My son about to be driving. My daughter about to be driving. When they get pulled over, that conversation is to be had. Hey, listen, put your hands on the steering wheel. Because they'll take your life and there's no consequence. See, that's the difference. That's the difference. Very, very, very. See, the police, the FOP is the strongest group in the world. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. I'm going to tell you why I say that.
You said it last time.
And I mean that because it was 4 police officers, right? One of them got locked up eventually for more charges than before. Should have been flat out murder. The other 3, they set the world on fire before they got them locked up. They set the world on fire. Every country, every single state. You get what I'm saying? And they still was like, nah. No, hold on. I just want to make my point. All I'm saying is that, so when you going up against the fraternity of the police, it's a hard fight to win. Because it ain't white men or I'm going to say black men too, because black men kill us when they got that badge on. The badge. My fight is against the badge, and my fight is against anybody who goes.
So what do you want to do with the police then? Do you want to defund them? Do you want to abolish them?
I don't want
to. Are you going to protect the people? Is hood to hood about to be in everywhere? Because as soon as that happens, we're going to have a whole lot of Carters.
I don't want.
It's going to be Nino.
I'm not saying defund the police.
So what are you saying?
You're asking me a question. I'm not saying that.
I'm
not saying defund the police.
Tell me.
Because I have no problem with them protecting when they're doing it the right way.
We can't keep talking about the police either. Keep going.
Yeah, we got to switch it over. I understand that. But I have no problem when they're protecting us the right way. Don't defund them because funding them just got on these body cameras just popping up. You know what I'm saying? Why we ain't had that 5 years ago? Freddie Gray. Why ain't we had it 20 years ago? Rodney King. They act like body cameras is against the law. There's no way in hell you should get pulled over.
You got to relax, cause
there's no way in HELL.
You can cuss. I don't care about that.
Should you get pulled over in 2020 and that police officer not have a camera on his car?
You know the study.
That's why I say don't defund them. I'm not saying because I don't want to take away the rape unit or you know what I'm saying the child molestation unit. All I'm saying is just start to get people that really care about their job.
I agree that they should actually have more training, more mental training. I agree with all that.
Defund them. I ain't saying that, brother.
What I'm saying is what you just said about your heart beats when the police pulls you over.
Absolutely.
Mine used to. Right, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be transparent. This one thing is gonna be about amazing thoughts. I'm gonna say everything I did. I used to hustle, right? At some point, I trained my mind not to get nervous when I seen the police. Literally, it was just nothing but a switch of my mentality. So even when I got pulled over, if I had something on me, it was like, "Hey, what's going on? How are you doing?" And that interaction in itself has switched the whole dynamic between me and the police. Because now I don't get nervous at all because I know I'm 100% legal. It's nothing that's really gonna happen as long as I do what I'm supposed to do. As long as I'm like, hey, what's going on? And I'm not being disrespectful. And when you send the body cams reveal something else that nobody talks about either. When people start knowing it was body cams on, they stop disrespecting the police so much too. Because it's easy to lie, like Mike Brown and his friends. It's easy to lie and make up a whole story. And then you tell everybody this, and now we're going on a whole rampage, setting the world on fire, talking about hands up, don't shoot, when he literally attacked the police officer. So when they start knowing that body cams was out there, people start acting differently too, and crime start going down too. So it's two sides to everything. What we do is only focus with the media, who lies more than anybody. I think Trump lies a lot. The media, who lies more than anybody on the planet, shows us. My question to you is, why do you think they want to show us that? That is what's throwing me off. That's the only thing that I don't understand or get about this situation. Because if that's the case, why are we not focusing on anything else in the black community? You want to talk about Black Lives Matter. It's a perfect transition. And you said you think Trump's a racist because he said...
Boy, if you don't think Trump is a racist...
I don't think he's a racist at all.
Boy, you ever heard the Central Park 5?
Why is he a racist in that?
Because he, even after them men was proven innocent, he said, no, I still don't believe it. You destroyed them men lives by putting a ad in the paper. That man was 100% innocent, brother.
So let me
hold on. His whole family, they discriminated against black folks getting in this building. He wouldn't even rent his property to black folks. What that make you? That don't make you racist. That make you prejudice.
We do that to ourselves.
We do it. We do that to ourselves.
What we do? We discriminate on each other all the time. I don't want to work with black people. I don't want to do this. We do that to ourselves. We're going to get onto what I think our biggest problem is.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, we do that to ourselves. Let's stay on the Central Park 5. Now, I agree, he should have been like, okay, maybe I was wrong. But I think that's pride in him, and I think he's a narcissist. I don't think it's a racist thing. Now, in this era, the Me Too era, the Believe Her era, the whole era of rape culture and all this other stuff, if you got 5 men who literally said and admitted and said, we did it, we went in there, we didn't see the movie, we didn't see any of this, every last person and woman on the planet is going to agree with whatever he did at that time. Because in their minds, they admitted it. Now, fast forward to now, I think it's a pride thing. I don't think that was a racist thing. I just think he was prideful and was like, I don't like being wrong.
See, the thing about it is that when you know you're wrong as a man,
you should apologize.
And it's crazy because
I agree with that.
Again, it's a trickle down effect, my brother. It's 5 lives, but they had mothers. They had sisters.
But we're not talking about
out. But you're missing the point. The point is that when you know you're wrong and you know that your decisions and it skews what somebody thinks about you. Everybody in New York knew who Trump was. If Trump is taking out ads in the New York Times saying they did it, you know the juror has seen it. Trump think he did it. I used to like Trump before I realized he was a buster. I'm looking around like, so it's like, you know.
The fact that you said you used to like Trump says a lot.
No, you want to know why? I used to like The Apprentice. I didn't, that's my thing. I swear to God, when I was in prison, I said, Trump running for president? I said, I'm running for Trump, it's my dude. Then he opened his mouth. See, it's only so long fake thugs keep pretending. My mom always told me, she always said, the more you talk, the more you got to prove, son. So just shut your damn mouth. So when he opened his mouth, the hate came out. Why you think the world is the way it is, bro? It didn't just happen. It was bad. But for some strange reason, it's more now.
Why?
Because you got a fucking racist in office.
You don't think the Democrats have anything to do with this?
Listen, I don't have a political party. Bro.
No.
I don't have a political party.
I didn't ask if you was a Democrat.
Okay.
I said you don't think they have anything to do with
Why
this.
am I speaking on the Democrats, not the Republicans? I don't
Okay.
care about Democrats or Republicans.
Because right now the liberals run universities, the liberals run social media, the liberals run media, they run Hollywood. So everything they're doing is perpetuating this hate. And then every time Trump do something, they're trying to catch him in a gotcha moment. They're trying to say this, and this. I've seen them push all these Marxists. Let's get on your black, because I think any black person that's still representing Black Lives Matter is a lunatic. So let's get on.
Say, excuse me, Sergeant. Can you please say that again?
Any person that's still representing Black Lives Matter after all the information came out.
What information?
Them being a Marxist organization, what they believe, everything they pushing. They don't even like the nuclear family. They don't like you, Terrence Hood. They don't like you, because your wife and your child. They want to dismantle the whole prescribed nuclear family. That's exactly what's in their bylaws under what we believe. They don't like you. They don't like anything being led by men. They don't like any of that stuff. But since you have an emotional connection to the slogan, you like, man, the slogan, blah, blah, blah. Not realizing the bylaws in the slogan are a terrorist organization. I honestly think they should be arrested for treason. 100%.
Hey, I'm sorry. You think Black Lives Matter?
Yes, 100%.
Should be arrested for treason. So treason means, in order to be treason, in order for you to commit treason, you have to be loyal to something.
You have to be going against this country. 100%.
Yeah, so we loyal. We have to be loyal.
No,
to a country
they're going against the Constitution. And
I mean,
our
you said treason. That means you got to go against something you're loyal to.
They're going against our freedoms. They're taking away freedom of speech. They're taking away.
How is Black
You
Lives
didn't
Matter?
read the bylaws, bro.
How is Black
Go
Lives Matter?
read it. Don't Google it.
Time out.
Google it.
You tell me this. Because see, I knew he was going this way.
Google it.
I knew he was going this way. I was prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? I ducking that weed now.
It's not ducking and weed.
All I'm saying is this. I support Black Lives Matter 100%, 10 toes. I love Black Lives Matter. I love the women that created Black Lives Matter. I don't care if they are, how should I say this, LGBTQ.
It's Yeah. Okay.
And some other shit that going on behind that. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that I support them 100%.
Why?
Why? I don't care that, you know what I'm saying, that they want to be like me. I don't care about that. Who am I to judge what they like? Women. I don't care about that.
They said they're Marxists.
I don't care. Bro, listen. I don't agree with that. I didn't see that.
It's literally on the internet.
So
the girl said, I'm a trained Marxist.
All I'm saying is that you telling me, you telling us on here, my viewers, and your viewers, the world, that you think Black Lives Matter, because I want to get you on record here.
It's a terrorist organization. I already posted it.
But
you don't have to get me on record.
I don't even care about them being a terrorist organization. I don't give a damn about them. Who cares?
Oh my God.
I don't care about them being a terrorist organization. All I'm saying is this. So you feel like following the slogan, Black Lives Matter, because that's what a lot of people is doing. Yeah. Following the actual BLM. They following, that's the movement. You get what I'm saying? The same way, like, it's a lot of things. People wear Tommy Hilfiger. They don't like black folks. People don't care. They wear Tommy Hilfiger. They look good in it. Black Lives Matter. I might not support Black Lives Matter, but I support the movement.
Well,
time out.
You don't support the movement. You support the slogan.
Stop
saying you don't support the movement, bro. If you support the movement, then you're a terrorist too.
I can be. I don't care about being a terrorist. I mean, it's all good.
Okay, keep going.
No, keep going. I don't care about that. All I'm saying is that, so you compare Black Lives Matter to the KKK.
No.
I mean,
I think they're worse.
You think Black Lives Matter is worse than the KKK?
It's a terrorist organization.
How? Bro. How many white folks have we hung, man?
It ain't about hanging white
How
folks.
Many? No. How many white
Stop
folks
with the emotional conversation. Stick to the facts. It's not about hanging white folks, bro. It's about impinging on our freedoms. That's what you're not seeing. You just want to be emotional and be like, how many white folks have we behind? You keep saying, I don't have one friend that got shot by the police. So you can't even tell me all that stuff. Every conversation is an emotional conversation, bro. What I'm saying is, what exactly is the movement? Do I support the slogan? Who doesn't support Black Lives Matter? The slogan. It doesn't even make sense not to support the slogan. But to say, in general, that the movement I support, it's a Marxist agenda. If we don't know what Marxism is, then we can't speak on it.
It's not true, bro. Let me break it down to you real fast, bro. Let me break it down to you real quick. I'm gonna give you some advice. All I'm saying is this: to compare Black Lives Matter to the KKK, bro.
I didn't. You did.
No. I asked you.
You said which one's worse?
And you said Black Lives Matter is worse than KKK.
Yes.
And I said, how many families, how many white families did Black Lives Matter murder? Hold on. Because because KKK murdered us in thousands, in tens of thousands. Hold on. Hold on. That's a fact. That's a fact. Hold on. How many lives? All I'm saying is this: for you to compare.
You compared it.
No. I asked you a question and you said you agree. You
no,
said it's worse.
I said it's worse.
So
I never compared it.
You said
you got to stop saying
okay,
for me
okay,
to compare
okay.
it. You compared it.
You said.
I think they're totally different.
But you said it's worse.
I do think it's worse. I think the implications of Black Lives Matter will be worse on this country.
Theft worse than murder?
I think the implications of what happens.
I'm just asking a simple question, bro.
It depends. It depends on what's being stolen, and it depends who dies.
Murder. Innocent man murdered. You think it's the same as theft?
It depends on what's been stolen.
So you think you value something more than human life then? Because you said it depends on what's been stolen, so it's something that you value more than human life.
I'm saying you're.
What is it?
You're asking.
But what is it?
Huh?
What do you value more than human life?
I value my freedoms here, 100%.
But boy, you gotta be alive for freedom. What you mean? You
But-
gotta be alive for freedom.
But you're looking at the KKK as what they did to black people, which is horrible, which actually came from the same people who probably run the Black Lives Matter, the Democrats. But you're not going to dig on that. You're going to make it seem like, oh, it's going to be an emotional conversation.
No.
So you're looking at the KKK as it could be a terrorist organization too, because they was because the Democrats ran, it was terrorizing the United States, 100%, right? It's coming for our freedoms, it's coming for everything. But this right here, this organization right here is infringing on our freedoms as a country. And if we go down this cycle and go down this rabbit hole, it's going to be 10 times worse for black people. You're thinking like, oh, we just keep thinking the chaos and anarchy. Bro, you can't think of like that. We got to think strategically. And these people are not for us. They're not. They're utilizing black men dying in the streets by police, only by police, to push their agendas, and all their agendas get pushed in, which ruins the black family. To me, I'm not with it. No.
You know what? And I respectfully disagree with what you're saying, and it's okay to disagree. The thing I want to know is that, as a black man, for you to say you're not scared when you get pulled over by the police in the middle of the night, I just want to let you know you're going to die the same way I'm going to die. You get pulled over in the middle of the night, 3 o'clock on Sharon and Howell.
But I'm alive.
What I'm saying is that
You're giving me a hypothetical situation that's not true.
This whole conversation is
No, it's not. Because I'm telling you facts about Black Lives Matter.
No, you telling me.
I'm telling you the facts. It's not a hypo. You're giving me a hypothetical situation.
Is it a problem because women created Black Lives Matter?
No, it's not a problem because it's the Marxism in it. That's what I keep saying. You're trying to go everywhere else and try to make me something else.
Explain Marxism.
Marxism is the beginning of socialism. If you look up Karl Marx and understand his ideology, he hated capitalism and thought capitalism was unfair to everybody. So he tried to create a system that made everything fair. But when you create a system that makes everything fair, it makes everybody poor or you die. Every person in every system that came after that did Marxism, which is the USSR, the Soviet Union, pushed China lost 100 million lives. Venezuela, they're out here eating dogs now. Like every system that literally utilized socialism and Marxism always dies. So at the end of the day, if I'm going to push that, that's the problem. I don't care about women running it. And I care about qualified, good character people running things. That's all that matters. When I told you I was the same way you was, I was down in Ferguson, I was fighting and doing all this, and then I looked up and I was like, black men are losing right now. Why is that the case? What is going on? This is not making any sense. Why is everybody's winning but black men? The gay community's winning, the feminist community's winning, everybody, the Mexicans was winning, everybody was winning but black men. Then I looked up their bylaws and I'm like, something's not right. I looked up their bylaws and it literally is saying a Marxist agenda. So if it's a Marxist agenda, that's what it is. I don't care. Dog, plus I don't lead people who just push people to chaos. Like it has to be a plan. If y'all want war, then let's have war then. But then if you're going to have war, then we got to get money, we got to have a military, and we got to be prepared. Do we have any of those things? So we're just going to run and just burn stuff up? We sound like the crazy girl who got their feelings hurt, and I'm going to go smash the windows in your car now.
Well, I respect what you're saying, bro. All I'm saying is this. Change, protesting is, how can I say this? Change, man, is inevitable, right? Change is inevitable. And you have to understand, it's like I can't knock on your door and say, can you please hand me everything you got in your safe, please? It don't work like that. And what I'm saying is that it comes uprising.
You know what?
I know. Let me say something, bro.
No, I'm listening. I'm just thinking in my head.
She said commercial break.
I'm gonna let you finish, then we're going to commercial break.
I'm gonna let him go. Okay, so what I'm
I'm not gonna say nothing.
Okay,
go.
All I'm saying is it was an uprising. This should always be an uprising. I'm gonna tell you why. Because this is systematic oppression that's going on in this world, bro. And I feel like you one of the people that was affected by it, like tremendously affected by it, and it seeped into your brain. They poisoned you, bro. They poisoned you, bro. Like they poisoned you. Like you poisoned. Your brain is poisoned. I'm telling you that right now. Like all I'm saying is this, man. We have to have a remedy. I don't want to just run into a blazing house if I don't see no kids in there to help. We have. It has to be a reason why I'm doing this. There has to be a reason why we protesting. So, it has to be a reason why we burn that shit down. The reason we're doing this shit is because we've been treated unjust and we've been murdered. That's the reason. On top of systematic oppression, on top of
what does that look like?
Time out. Systematic oppression. Shit, it looks like projects. It looks like pushing all the black folks to the inner city and then pushing the white folks out. Then when we start living good, start breaking down the inner city again and moving white folks back in. Gentrifying every goddamn thing. Systematic oppression, the school systems. And I'm not screaming at you. I'm a loud guy. That's who I am. I'm also a very fly guy. Don't forget about this jacket. They don't make these at Macy's. Now understand what I'm saying is this. You gotta understand that when it's systematic oppression taking place, bro, it raises people like you. And instead of you putting out positive into the atmosphere to where the masses can hear it, you fuck the message up. In my opinion, personally. You fuck the message up, and what I mean by that is when you sit up here and you say emotion,
mm-hmm.
You ain't gonna get emotional if somebody kill your little brother?
Mm-hmm. But all black people ain't my little brother.
I understand this.
No, you understand that.
I understand
it is
this.
not, why do black people do that? It doesn't make any sense for you to make me be responsible emotionally for every black person.
I agree. No.
Every black person is not my little brother.
How about I change
how
about I change it? Because I didn't mean that. That ain't what I didn't mean it like that. What I meant was this right here. What I meant was when I see somebody that look like my dad or my son get murdered unjustly, my emotions come out. Because he looked like me.
You had a friend die, didn't you?
Yeah.
By some black people.
Multiple.
No, he pulled up at a gas station, right, and shot the kid. I know his mother. She went to Warren with me. Right. They pulled up. I didn't see you screaming in.
I always scream, bro.
No, I didn't see that though.
You said I had a friend that died.
I seen you post up with him in one of your things, and you was talking to the little young man. I'm positive. You was talking to the young man, and you probably was giving him advice.
I'm drawing a blank.
I can't remember the little kid's name. I know his mother, but we can go on a break, and when we get back,
because you know I go off on every kid when a young man loses life. I go nuts.
So I need you to show up at that scene. Do the same thing. Because they robbed him.
No.
No, I'm saying
no. You said you're talking about on Post Road.
Yes.
Yeah, I was there. What do you mean?
I didn't see you there.
You don't have to be there. I don't go live every time. I don't do it for
clout. So why do you go live when the police do it?
I don't have to go live every time because
why did you go live when the police did it?
I know the mother. I know the father.
I know the mother too.
Time out. I would ask, is it okay to do so before I just do that? When it's a dead body there. I was with my daughter, matter of fact, right there on the scene, right there. You know what I'm saying? Even when the guy got killed, now I'm starting to get tagged in murders around the city. Like I'm a fucking vigilante. I can't stop violence. Guess who else? Guess who else can stop violence? Jesus. Violence been around forever. You can't stop it.
Okay.
Only thing your job as a black girl.
You can't stop black violence, but you're mad at the police.
No. I can't stop violence. But what? And I'm not mad. Dogs get mad. I'm upset.
Drake gets upset.
No. I'm disappointed at the fact that when you take an oath to protect and serve, you don't follow your oath. The same way as when
I just told you the numbers are ridiculous that they do protect and serve.
The same way is when the dude jump in the game and you know the rules to the game, but you rat. I'm disappointed.
Which is fine now.
No.
It's not fine for us. We grew up in a different era. Yeah. But it's fine now. These little dudes are snitching and saying everything's okay. Tekashi just got 82 million.
Let's go back to my man's Coochie son. I don't really want to mention his name on it. When you say I wasn't there.
Well, I didn't know if you was there or not. I know you went live when Deshaun got killed.
Deshaun got killed by the police. And I also go live when young black men are murdered. But you also got to remember one thing, and I'm not saying this in this case. The streets come with consequences.
100%. And the streets come with consequences with the police too.
I understand that.
No, don't understand it. No, you said they come with consequences with us.
Come with death. It shouldn't come with death.
Neither should it come with death with the streets.
The streets come with death, bro.
But
jail and death.
So if you're a criminal and you're shooting and everything's going on, and if you're getting robbed right now, right, and the police kills the person trying to kill you, are you gonna fight for that person?
Say that again, bro.
If you're getting robbed right now, somebody got a gun to your head, police comes and saves you and kill them, are you gonna say the police shouldn't have killed him?
That's totally different, bro. That's not the same.
It's consequences when you commit crimes, bro.
I agree.
So at the end of the day, it's consequences to the streets. Why is it consequences to the streets and not when you commit crime?
But that's why it's different levels of crime. You should never go to jail for running a red light. That's not even a misdemeanor offense.
I agree with that.
You should never die when your car break down in the middle of the road. You're trying to change your tire and the police pull up on you, because that happened before. You should never die like that. You should never die when you run up from the police and your back is to them. You should never. Key word is never. Never mean it's not supposed to happen at all.
But it does.
But it does.
But it does because of your quote. You can't stop violence. You can't predict anything. You can't control everybody. But
you
know
what? You a lifeguard. You better know how to swim.
100%.
Because eventually, hold on.
100%.
Eventually somebody gonna drown. Somebody's gonna need your help.
Yes.
Police. You wanna get that free little pitch in, that free settlement. Well, you better know what you're doing. Because the time is gonna come when you're on that dark road where you gotta be a great police officer and don't kill that young man. And it might look like you're reaching for a gun.
If it's 99% T-Hood, then they are doing it. That's what I'm saying. The 365 million interactions, 1,004 people died. That is saying they are doing it. Why are you only focusing on the negative? Why are you not talking about when cops actually do a good job?
I told you from the beginning.
No.
My buddy do a great job.
My friends do a great job. My point being is saying that it's all about perception here, bro. And we're over here arguing and fighting for no reason over perception, because there's so many things in the black community that matters more than what we're talking about.
Agreed.
So many things.
Agreed.
And then on top of that, the whole Black Lives Matter movement, like I said, should be dismantled or have new leadership. Those three should be locked up, change the bylaws, and have new leadership. The slogan makes sense. And then unified a couple people, right? But just because it unified people, it don't mean they for us. Let me ask you this. If they say, look, we're not going to take care of everybody else's rights until we get our rights, how many allies do you think we're going to have? Because things are getting pushed for a lot of people, and we're still left out getting murals in front of Trump Tower. That's what's happening for black people. Well, laws and legislation and policies and everything's been pushed for everybody else who's repping Black Lives Matter but us. Because we always end up on the bottom of the totem pole. So while we're allowing them, if I said all lives matter, how would you feel?
I feel very upset.
Right. So why do you accept it when they say it in Black Lives Matter? Why does Mexican lives matter? LGBT lives matter? Trans lives matter? The intersectionality is nothing but a soft way, a nice way to say all lives matter except straight white men. Because they bring everybody in it. They bring white women in it. They bring Mexicans in it. They bring Asians in it. They bring the gay community in it. They bring everybody in it. Why is it okay when they do the intersectionality part of it and not okay when other people do it?
You said the police killed over, you said like 1,004 people?
1,004.
How many of them was black?
250.
What's the percentage of white to black in America?
70 to 14.
74 to 14.
Yeah.
So you on the right path, right? What I'm saying is that.
Well, who commits the most crime? Because that's who have interactions with the police.
Whites commit the most crime. What's wrong with you?
The percentages of crime.
Whites.
Okay, so that's why they're getting killed more.
They're getting killed more because it's more them than us. What do you mean? They got us by.
If all 70% killing, or is all 70% committing crime?
Probably about 68.
68%.
Probably 68.
I just don't agree with that, bro.
You know what you did say? You did say you wanted to talk about Kanye, man.
We can talk about you.
You did say you want to talk about Kanye. I want to know, because this is his show, and even though we don't agree on absolutely nothing, I do know that even though how about this, before we get to Kanye, let me ask you a question, because I need for the people to know who you are. Because they hate you right now.
That's cool.
What they hate him actually.
That's
which
cool.
is cool.
That can see me in the
but I want them to know that he's a smart guy, and he is for the people. He don't have to agree with me. He do not have to agree with me. I'm not 100% right all the time. But I want them to know.
I'm gonna be right in a year.
Yeah. Huh?
And when I'm right, you're gonna come back on the show and you're gonna be like, bro, you was right.
Well, I look at it.
You gotta say I'm right because you just called Trump.
What's your remedy though?
Coming together, unity.
How?
Okay, I'll give you an idea. All right, so I think education is important.
The number one thing.
Okay, so education is important. then us as a black community need to start focusing on trying to build leagues and getting away from the NBA or NFL and all that dumb stuff.
Bro, you was trying to go to the NBA. Nah, hell no, I can't let you get away with that, bro.
You didn't let me finish.
Okay, boy, I apologize, brother. Go ahead.
I said stop trying to build leagues. You know how people like this ownership? Stop trying to build leagues, right? Accept the NBA money, accept the NFL money, utilize that money and invest in education. So if I took 20 prominent black people, 20 affluent black people, and went straight to the MEAC, right? Because it's an infrastructure. You know what the MEAC is? So it's the HBCU. It's Hampton, Howard, North Carolina, A&T. So you take 20 black people. It's 10 schools in the MEAC. I take LeBron and Steph and whoever. You tell all of them to donate $25 million to each school. You take all these coaches that we feel are not getting
a fair. That's a lot of money, bro. $25 million is a lot of money, bro. Don't just say like it's not a lot of money, bro.
Steph Curry just got a contract for $300 million.
I understand that. I just said it was a lot of money, bro.
Okay, so are we about that life or are we not?
Man, I mean, I'm about that life.
Okay,
but
so
it ain't my money.
So let me finish what I'm saying then.
Okay.
So you ask them to invest $25 million, right? Then you got all these people with this white guilt and everything. Utilize them, tell them to build stadiums in our communities, right? So, and all the prominent black coaches who are not getting hired from the NCAA or the NBA or the NFL or whatever, take them and go to them schools. Now you got $50 million at each school. You got prominent people going in there. You get billion-dollar contracts from the TV things, because that's where they come and watch the talent. ACC got $1 billion contract. Big Ten got $1 billion contract. SEC got $1 billion contract. That's where the money is. Now we're controlling the education. We're controlling the education. Now it can trickle down to our high schools. Now we got building high schools. It can trickle down to our elementaries. Now we're controlling everything. It's an infrastructure sitting there waiting and ready, and we're letting it fail. And we have 80% of the NBA is black. 85% of the NFL is black. All of our athletes are going to racist schools. Rupp Arena, Adolph Rupp is one of the worst racists of all time.
I don't disagree with you.
So we're sending them to UK. We're sending them to Alabama. We're sending them to Arkansas. We're sending them. This is all these big time schools.
At one point in time, the HBCU was where to go. You get what I'm saying?
So now
they're defunded. They're all defunded.
No. Well, Trump just gave them some money, but we're not gonna talk about that.
Trump gave them some money.
He did, 100%.
But he can smack them on their back. Here you go. Here go a couple dollars.
Doesn't matter. He gave him some money. It's just like saying.
Are you serious?
Yes, give money. It don't matter. Listen, we can say he's a racist. I don't care. You can
Obama never gave him no money. Don't you say that?
I don't know if he did or not. I'm not gonna say.
So how you know? So why you so? I'm so confused. Or why you so focused on what Trump did?
Because y'all think he's a racist. But y'all said they defunded him and he just gave him some money.
So you think that come out of Trump's pocket?
No, it doesn't have to.
Did Trump create that bill? Did Donald Trump himself create that bill?
He could have. I don't know.
Of course he did not create that bill.
Did the money go to him or not? It don't matter. What are we doing with the money when it gets there? We're focusing on particulars that don't matter. My point being is that if you want to do something that's about black empowerment and black education and black economics, so we have all these things and we encompass this into one thing, then we can be accountable for things. I think the problem with our community is our mentality. I think we worry about everything else instead of worrying about getting ourselves.
The mentality, you can say that. I don't, my problem with our community is that, I don't know too many problems, man. I feel like you kill who you around. The school systems is being dismantled, and they taking the teachers, they defunding out of the school system. It's systematic. It comes down from the higher ups, man. And I look at it like this, man. As long as we got brothers like you that's preaching the wrong message, man, we're gonna be in a lot of trouble.
What is the wrong message? Accountability?
No, it's not accountability.
That's what I'm preaching.
I mean, I hope I can't piss on you and tell you it's raining. I know you're gonna let that happen.
No,
but what I'm saying is that it's almost as this. People are like, listen, man, everybody should be rich. I come from nothing. I live on my mama my whole life. We come from nothing. I get my money. Now you expect me to give $25 million when LeBron James got a school.
Yes.
LeBron James got a school.
Yes.
Jalen Rose got a school.
Yes.
It's many athletes that has a school. Many athletes. All I'm saying is that it's many athletes who have done that.
So what's the answer, T Hood?
You
asked me for it.
Okay.
So what's the answer? You asked me for a solution. You asked me for a solution. So don't break my solution down. Tell me yours.
Okay, my solution is this. It starts with education.
That's what
I never said. I said I agree when you said it. Everything starts with education. It's a reason why they didn't want us to read. It's a reason why they didn't want us to learn how to read. It's a reason why.
What's the excuse now? Why are we on Instagram and Facebook and everything instead of being on Google just reading every day?
Tell me, what do you mean? Why, bro, you on Facebook?
I know. I retain 6 hours of information every day, reading books, everything. Every single day, I make sure I take 6 hours out of my day to retain information. It's the information age, and we're getting dumber.
You can say that. You can.
It's not saying nothing. It's a fact. Stop all the bullshit when I say facts. I'm not saying anything. We're getting dumber in the information age. Those are facts. We're focusing on self. We're getting narcissistic to a point of craziness. All we care about how many likes we got, how many views we got, how many comments we got. We only care about that stuff instead of figuring out how to use the information age.
You know what? That's something, I look at it like this. It's a valid point.
What is the solution, though?
The solution is education, bro.
Okay, so how you do it?
How do you do it? First thing you got to do is teach our kids. Hopefully our kids can become teachers. But why do they want to become teachers when they don't get paid enough? You get what I'm saying?
How do you pay teachers enough?
I mean, what you mean how do they should be the first. You wouldn't be who you is without a good teacher, bro.
Look at the numbers of teachers.
Plus, shout out to my cousin Cherie, shout out to my
Look
cousin
at
Jermaine. They both
what is getting paid enough?
And I think they should make $100,000 a year.
So
because they teaching you.
Okay.
They made dudes just like you with educations. Did you go to college?
Yes.
Have you traveled to see the country?
Yes.
Could you do that as a dummy? You can't go to college as a dummy unless you was
I couldn't go to college. I could have traveled to see the country.
That's my point.
I traveled to see the country because I was a hooper.
My point exactly. What I'm saying is that did you retain information that you was given that when you?
I think the colleges are hurting people more than they help.
Okay, that's not that. You didn't ask me that. And I hope don't ask me that because I don't want to agree with you on that. So stay away from the college thing. All I'm saying is that you change it by education.
Okay, how?
It's simple. It's simple. After school programs for the kids.
They have
school. That. No, they don't. No, they do not. Not. I'm from Howardville, baby boy. Ain't no after school programs through there. Boys and Girls Club is shut down. Ain't one in my neighborhood.
First Baptist is out there. Y'all talk to Derek Slack, the youth pastor.
Time out. Kids don't want to go to the church, bro. Kids don't want to go to the church, bro. What's wrong with you, bro?
It's a gym in the church.
They don't want to do that, though. They don't want to because sometimes when you go there, they force religion on you. They don't want to do that. That's not
now
right.
God is a problem.
No, God ain't never a problem to me. But the thing about it is that kids look at it. I can reach them before a pastor can.
So why don't you link
up? What I'm
saying? Why don't you link up with Derek Slack?
I don't know Derek Slack. Maybe when I do when I do a research on the brother, maybe we can link up.
I mean, he's a youth pastor over there, and it's right in the middle of politics.
Ain't no question. I'm pretty sure he know who I am. I'm positive he know who I am.
He probably does.
I just don't know who he is yet, but I'm pretty sure. Hey, if you're over here, you want to link up, ain't no problem. But let me get back to what I was saying. Education changed everything. You don't say how can we do it. First thing you got to do is don't defund the schools. Don't defund IPS. Don't do that the way they done that, bro. Come on, and don't take away the after school programs. Don't defund. Time out.
I'm trying to figure out who did it.
I don't know who did it.
Okay.
I don't know who did it. But what I'm saying, don't defund Boys and Girls Club, after school programs with the football. The one thing you don't want, because when you're in the ghetto, violence is around you because it's poverty. Mm-hmm. You find violence, you find poverty. So what you want to do is keep them kids from being on them streets. And the best way to keep them kids from being on the streets is learning from 7 in the morning to 8 at night. You get out of school at 4 o'clock, you go straight to the YMCA, you go straight to the boys club, you go straight to football practice, you do anything but hit them streets. Education changes that. And you get educated not by just in school, brother. You get educated when you're around other adults in pal clubs and dance clubs and boys and girls clubs and maybe even in church on a Sunday, bro. You education. And I'm not just talking about through the schools. I'm just talking about in general, bro. Because I never met a person to go to prison with a college with a degree. I ain't never met one in the state penitentiary with a college degree that went to prison. Never in my life, bro. And I've been to 8 of them and I did 13 straight, so I know. I can speak on that.
I
don't. And you've never been to prison, so I've been to 8 of them, and I've never seen not one. Out of the thousands of guys.
But I also went to college. Mm-hmm. So I have friends who went to prison that I graduated college.
Did they go to the federal prison or something like that? Was they white collar crimes? Was they on a computer? Cyber
they were just hustling, bro.
They was hustling?
It is what it is. People sell drugs in college.
But they got the degree though.
Yeah, 100%.
Or did they get fucked up before they got their degree?
What is getting fucked up before they got their degree, bro?
Huh?
Like, to me, I don't understand your solution right now.
My solution is education, the same thing you said. It don't gotta sound like yours for it to be just as effective.
Okay.
And then you ask yourself, since you got a big old plan, what are you doing now?
What am I doing now?
What kids are you teaching now? What youth do you have now? Because I'm not saying you don't. I'm asking, what do you do now? Because I do stuff still, right now, to this day. Mm-hmm. My right-hand man is Shane Shepherd with a whole youth house with 25 kids and they're living with me. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying is that since you want to complain about what's not going on, since you say education is the key to success and to stop a lot of stuff that's going on, and that's going to have to be about a 10, 15-year plan, right? Of course, you know that.
Of course. We've got to start somewhere.
But what are you doing now? Other than having a radio show talking to me.
I have plenty of things going on. Me and my mom looking to buy a church right now to create a whole lot of programs. I got one called KMO, just Kill Mo only, King Mo only. We teaching kids about real estate, money, financial literacy. I bring Willie and all that in there. I was working in the schools before COVID. I was working in daycares. I'm always around kids.
Because you know people going to ask that question.
It's cool. I don't care what people.
Yeah, they're going to.
You already said they hate me. I'm used to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think? Yeah, I don't care. So I mean, at the end of the day, my resume speaks for itself.
What can we do together to make a change?
I think.
What can me and you do, and like-minded people like us do together? Because
I think you're going to do what you do. I'm going to do what I do. We just need to be going in the same direction.
I agree with that. I don't disagree with none of that at all. That was very well put.
So I mean, I'm not necessarily worried about with everything that's going on. I just want the information and awareness around. I'm also writing a book, and I'm having plenty of podcasts out. So, and I wrote a book before too. And I do a whole. Me and Tyrone had a whole league teaching kids. Every two, like if you was out at the time, you would have came in and spoke to the kids. Every Tuesday and Thursday, we came in and had the people speak to the kids. Then we did practice and training, and then we have a whole free league on the south side of Bethel. So I mean, like, my thing is, it's not about comparing and doing resumes and asking what I'm doing and all that. I understand they probably thinking I'm on some like Uncle Tom Coon stuff, and that's fine.
Nobody called you Uncle Tom.
That's cool. I don't care. For one, number one, my mind's not poisoned. I just know what's going on. A year from now, you're going to be the next person on this guest. What's today?
Today is the 20th.
A year from now, you're going to come on here and you're going to say, I was right about everything. And I'm willing to bet money.
Hey, bro, this is not a funny question. This is a real question. I want to ask you, bro, because I know we ain't got that much time, but I know he wanted to talk about Kanye, and I got to I want him to speak on how he speaks about Kanye. Because how do you feel about my man saying what he said about Harriet Tubman?
Did you hear the whole thing?
Yeah, I heard. I can't say I heard. I laughed, bro. And I love Kanye. Like,
no, but did you see? Here's the problem with black people. All right, so what we do is we see sound bites, we see headlines, and we don't do the information. We don't do the.
I was
research.
watching it live. I watched 47 minutes of it.
Okay, I watched it. So when I seen it, everybody sending me stuff because I'm a big Kanye fan. What he said about Harriet Tubman, he was basically saying is we still don't have ownership. And that's all he was pointing to. Is like you took.
But his words was a little off.
It could be, but he went right into. Yeah. I got my own deal with Yeezy, but I'm not on the board with Adidas. I will get fired.
Yeah.
I got a deal with Gap.
Yeah.
I will get fired. Yeah. What just happened with Nick Cannon?
Yeah. 100%.
You know what I'm saying? And that's all he was speaking on is that we don't have ownership. So if you're saying, it's funny to me because I look at all the black people who saying systematic oppression, systematic racism, all this shit, and we're saying we're slaves and all this and all that. But then he says something like we never got freed, and everybody gets mad because we're emotionally connected to that our identities in Harriet Tubman because we look at her as one of our heroes. And she is one of our heroes. Okay. You know what I'm saying? She did take people off the field and ran them to the north, where at that time she thought that was safe, right? And then you realize you're still working for somebody. So people are like, well, some slaves never work for white people again. Well, where's the generational wealth from it? Because you're saying we don't have it. We can't have it both ways. You see what I'm saying? So when we looked at that, I don't agree with a lot of things he said. He talked about healthcare. He talked about them giving people pills too early. I agree with that. We just medicate our whole community. We do it to the black boys. See, this is the conversations we should have had. You do it to the black boys. As soon as masculinity is shown at any type of age or any type of defiant behavior, they throw ADHD medication and Adderall and Ritalin and all that stuff in our kids, and then they grow up to be drug addicts because they only know how to medicate themselves. So we could have did that, but he talked about that. He talked about education and socializing things, and there's some things that came off like Bernie Sanders, and I wouldn't with that at all either. But what he said about him crying and everybody like he needs help, it's just an emotional moment. For me, I don't understand. Like he's talking about his mom, and he talked about his father his mother told him his father said he was too busy and he should abort Kanye. And his mother fought and kept Kanye. And then he said later on in life, what Jay-Z say, you repeat the sins of your father. Later on in life, when Kim first got pregnant with North, he told her, I got this business, this business, this business. Maybe you should have an abortion. Kim said no. And then he's crying because if I look at my daughter, how much I love my daughter now, and it's the greatest thing that ever happened to me in my life, then I'm looking at her like I almost did the same thing my father almost did to me. And it's going to fatherless homes. It's going to the fact that my dad wasn't around enough to tell me that's a bad idea. And he's talking about abortion. So everybody's like, oh my God, he needs help. It's just people want to jump and hate on him, which I think is a crazy mentality in the black community too, because we're accepting Joe Biden. So I'm not even gonna get on that, but the thing is, and then the last thing he said, $1 million for every baby born. They was asking what should he do about abortion. He said, since it's legal, I don't think we should make it illegal. But we shouldn't incentivize that abortion is better because people don't have resources. So I can't think of the word he said, but he's like, we should give people money or help them so they'll be in a place if they have a child that they can actually get money, right? And then it was like, explain what it means. He's like, let's say you have a baby, we give you $1 million. He was explaining something. It's like we take little sound bites and then try to run with it to make him look bad, which is crazy because in our generation, I can't think of somebody who's lost and won more than Kanye.
I agree. No. I mean, my opinion on that is that, you know, I came on my man's podcast because to be 100 is that I didn't agree with nothing he said, but he was a smart guy. I agree with all that. I have no problem with Kanye West. I have no problem with what he said because I listened to the whole entire interview. You get what I'm saying?
A whole lot of people didn't.
But I think it's genius to give everybody $1 million to have a baby. Because you want to know what it'll make them stop killing them. It'll make them stop having abortion. I don't support abortion. I just don't judge a woman for what they do. It's not my.
How much time do we have left? I hate that we didn't get into a couple. We're talking about surface conversations and we're not talking about the problem.
Okay.
So my thing is all we do is talk about band-aids over gunshot wounds. So while we're talking about abortions and we're talking about giving people money for it, that's not the problem. The problem is the way they push sex into society. The problem is that sex is taught as something that's freedom and not a responsibility. Because, I just watched Michael Todd. And if y'all ain't doing nothing, go see his last sermon. It was about sex. But we're not talking about the core problem. And I think in anything, that's why we're trying to get to with perception, is that they want us emotional at this time. I literally called this out a year ago. I literally said, at some point, they're going to do something to get us massively emotional, and then the world's going to erupt. It was a combination of COVID, that's cabin fever, the police being killed, everything. All that came up and was a spark, and boom, everything blew up. It's a perception thing, and when you look at all this, the problem with the abortion thing is that if we having reckless sex and we're not teaching responsibility with it. Because when you have sex, there's so many things that happen. We could talk about soul ties, we could talk about diseases, we could talk about emotional ties, we could talk about the physical nature of it, the addiction nature of it, the porn, the industry, the Instagram, that every time I turn it on, all I see is naked women. It always incites something into our mind, which in turn creates so many babies, and then we're killing so many of our own babies. That's why we remained at 14% at a population for so long, because we continue to say abortion's okay. And the person who started abortion was a known racist and said, we don't want babies growing up in poverty because they're not going to make it. That was their whole thing. Margaret Sanger started abortion and Planned Parenthood because she didn't want the black community to expand. It's like we're regressing and we're telling everybody we're progressing. It's crazy. So while we're over talking about all this, I didn't even want to be on police brutality that much because it doesn't even make sense to me to even talk about that much. We should have been talking about fatherless homes. We should have been talking about education. We should have been talking about sets in the community. And we should have been talking about the mentality, because that's the real systematic racism, or systemic, or however you want to say it. The systemic racism is psychological warfare and us believing that we don't make it or we don't have a chance because we're black and we're in America and it's racist. And the reality of it is, it's not just black people, it's white people. Because if you really want to get into a deep conversation about something, you look at like black people and white people are just arguing and beefing over racism, right? But if you look at the average income from each home, foreigners are coming over and taking over our country.
No question.
The Indian home, the Asians, the Filipinos, everybody's above us, and we're at the bottom arguing with each other.
We're last.
We're last, and white people are two above us.
Yeah, and Hispanics is above us too.
So that's what I'm saying. So we're at the bottom arguing with each other, and foreigners have came over and took over our country.
I agree with that, brother.
So the problem is maybe the person on top isn't white people, because if they was on top, wouldn't they have the #1 highest income? So the person on top is sitting down playing games, and then if you say anything about them, you get fired for anti-Semitism.
Yeah.
So we're fighting with the wrong people.
Yeah.
So while we over arguing and fighting and talking about white supremacy and systematic racism and all this, the systematic racism part to me, and 100% to me, is our psychology. It's our psychological being. We're not thinking that we don't need segregation to work. We're eating wings that was created by a black man. I'm sitting across the table from a black man who has his own thing. We're sitting at a black-owned business. I only work with black people. I don't care what white people think. I don't care how they feel. I don't care how Jewish people feel. I don't care how Asian people feel. I don't care about the LGBT community. I only care about how black people feel. And when it comes to us, we're the only thing that should matter. We allow everybody. The thing is called Black Lives Matter. You're telling me I should be fighting for that? Black Lives Matter, right? But it seems like I'm fighting for everybody else's life. And you're telling me I should keep doing this? Nah, bro, it's a setup.
You know what, man? That was well put. I can't front. I like what you were saying. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's the world we live in, man. If it was a perfect world, Michael Mack would still be alive. Martin Luther King would still be alive. Huey P. Newton still be alive. Yeah, if it was a perfect
That'd
world.
probably be 80 something. Yeah, you're right.
But I'm saying they'll still be alive. But all I'm saying is this, man. Our job as black men, our job as articulate, educated men, is to stop the cycle best way we can. Even if your voice only touch one black man, one black kid, that's enough, because it's thousands of other men that can be that voice as well.
How do you think you can stop the cycle?
I think you stop the cycle by doing what was different. You can't do the same thing and expect a different result. And what I mean
that's
by
insanity.
that, I understand.
But
that.
you're about to vote for Biden.
No, I vote for no. Time out. I vote for who I feel like is best for me. I'm not a Democrat, Republican. I'm not a liberal. I vote for
You
who
said
I feel like.
I can't be on your boy Biden.
I like Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? So did Obama. I like Joe Biden. But you want to know what else? What I don't like? I don't
look crazy.
Listen, man. Everybody know my girl name. I love her to death, Kyla Miller. I don't agree with nothing she say. I live with her. You know what I'm saying? I go to sleep and live with her. I don't agree with nothing, but you want me to agree with a 81-year-old white man though. But I can't agree with the beautiful black woman that's laying with me here at night. I just shut the hell up and go to sleep. You get what I'm saying? But y'all want me to. Y'all don't agree with your own mama, but you want to agree with a white man. I didn't even agree with Obama for half the shit he did. But I love him because he looked like me, and I know his heart was in the right place.
I don't know if his heart was in the right place.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Nah. Don't you talk about Obama. Don't you talk about Obama here, bro.
It's another typical black reaction.
Ah, man. Talk about Obama.
I don't know if his heart was in the right place. I like the idea of Obama.
Who you vote for?
I don't know yet. Honestly. I'm not voting for Biden, though.
Okay, but what
So if an independent person comes up, maybe.
What about Trump?
I don't know yet. I got to see what happens with this sex trafficking stuff, and if all the rumors and stuff is true.
What make you think the rumors is gonna come back if they are true? You think they're gonna?
Because if these people get locked up before November, then we'll see.
You really think them white folks like to get locked up for November, bro? Are you serious?
That's why I said.
So what if they come back and it's not true? What if it come back and it's false?
Then I'll probably go the opposite way. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to wait, because if he gets these pedophiles off the streets, and all these people in the high positions and everybody starts coming, then he's doing his job. Mm-hmm. I don't have a problem with that. If he's getting these people who are talking about eating babies and killing babies and having sex with kids and adrenaline and all that stuff, if any of that's true, I'm not saying it is. I'm not on conspiracy thing, but if any of that is true and it comes out that it's true, I gotta vote for the man. It makes sense. He did something that I never thought would be done. He took down the elites. He did some Joker stuff, and we love the Dark Knight Batman, right? Mm-hmm. So Joker did everything Batman couldn't do. Mm-hmm. He killed the mob. He took all the corrupt police out and politicians. And then he even got Harvey Dent up out of there and got Batman off the streets. Mm-hmm. So if he does some Joker stuff, and then I got to, bro. But until then, I don't know. I have to wait and be patient and see. Because right now, I don't trust what the left is bringing in. It's a lot of socialist, Marxist, crazy stuff that is going to lead us to a place that we don't want to be as black people.
Well, you know what, brother? Am I vote for Trump? Hell motherfucking no. Very simple, no. I don't vote for people who don't like the color of my skin. I don't vote for people that call Black Lives Matter hate groups, because that's what he did. I
think it's a hate group.
Listen, I wouldn't vote for your ass either. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't vote for none of y'all. That's what my point is that. But do I like Biden? I do like Biden. Can I pick apart things that he did that was bad? Of course I can. Well, if Bernie Sanders was running, would I vote for Bernie? Absolutely, I vote for Bernie.
Why?
Time out. But you want to know who I like? That's a Republican? Nobody. I don't like none of the Republicans. They all racist ass white folks. So I like nobody. Would I vote for a Democrat? Maybe. But for damn sure I'm voting. Please say you for the vote.
Yeah, I voted like ever since I've been 18.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to figure out.
I know
all Republicans ain't racist.
No, they're not. I'm not saying
that. I mean, like that typical way of thinking is the problem in the black community.
I vote for people that look like me, bro. I vote for people that think like me. Think like me and look like me.
I don't think Biden thinks like you, bro.
Huh?
I don't think Biden thinks like you.
I never said he thinks like me, but he reminds he's somebody that I would trust. It's two evils. but one of them is a necessary evil. You gotta vote for one. You gotta vote for somebody. Because if you don't vote, never complain about Trump. But you don't complain about Trump. You don't complain about Candace Owens. These are a black woman who I feel like hate the color of her skin. She look in the mirror and hates she black.
Nah, she loves you black.
She got a white husband.
Yes.
That's that. She got a white husband. She hated she black. And you remind me of Candace. I'm not saying you hate your skin because I know you love to be a black man.
So hold on.
But you remind me of
Does
Candace
Serena
Owens.
hate her skin?
Huh?
Does Serena hate her skin?
I don't support Serena, bro. I don't support. I'm sorry. I don't support her.
So everybody who marries a white person hates their own skin.
No, I'm not saying that.
You're Dr. Umar now?
No. I rock with that. I got white people that I rock with heavy. I come from Howellville. The white people.
No, I get what you're saying, but you're saying
dirty and dusty as us coming
But
up.
I've seen Candace fight for the
I'm
same
just
things
playing
you're fighting
about
for.
Serena. I love Serena. You love who you want to love. I don't care if you love who you want.
So why does Candace hate her skin from marrying a
because
white person?
Candace don't want to be a white woman.
I don't think she wants to be a white woman.
I think she hates his skin.
How many videos have you watched of Candace Owens?
I watched. Whoa, I can't count.
I watched all of her videos.
Because you're a fan of her.
Yes, I agree with a lot of things she said.
And I disagree with I can't say everything. I disagree with a lot.
You don't
it's
think
like-
when she said that when the father's not in the home, culture becomes a father?
I agree. I agree with a lot of stuff that she said. I just don't like her person. I agree with a lot of stuff you said. That don't mean I like you. I don't mean I like you. I just feel like certain things that she say overpowers the good things that she say. You get what I'm saying?
No.
You can.
I'm tired of the black community telling about we gotta be nice and say things
You don't
in a
have to
certain
be nice.
tone.
You don't have to be nice.
No, that's what it is.
'Cause
We,
I'm
we
not
can't
nice.
we can't say things that hurt people's feelings, and you can't say the truth. I'm tired of it. No, I'm gonna say what I want to say, no matter if it hurts your feelings or not. The truth is the truth, and that's the only thing that really matters. So when I listen to her, do I agree with everything she says? No, but I like her fight. I've seen her go to Congress and actually say, no, let's focus on black people. Let's not focus on this stuff.
No, I seen that.
I've seen her do that. I respect that more than people who will wear I can't breathe t-shirt and do absolutely
But
nothing.
why? But why this? But why talk about George Floyd the way she did? How long we got?
Y'all in the hour, almost in 15.
Listen, why talk about George Floyd though? Why call him a? Why say he's not the man that like he's no martyr? He's
not though.
But what I'm saying is that why is it a problem with what he did before that day?
Okay.
He never.
So here's what we should have been getting to. Okay, perfect example.
Bro,
So-
quit saying what we should have been getting into and just get into it, bro.
So if you look at, we're tearing statues down right now.
Yeah.
Why?
Because they shouldn't be up there.
Because they're slave owners,
Mhm.
and they was bad people. So if we martyr a black man who really didn't stand for anything about us, and then we look back into the future, look back in the past and say, why are we praising this guy? And they have the ability to do the same thing we're doing to them about tearing down slave owners, then that's protecting us. Because at the end of the day, should he have died? No. But let's not make him a martyr. I don't disagree with what she's saying. Because at that point, now we're not protected. Now our any argument we have has a hole in it. Because he's like, these are the type of people you celebrate. I seen something that they tore some statue down and then put a statue up of a protester. What?
I've seen that.
You couldn't put Huey P. Newton. You couldn't put Malcolm. You couldn't put Martin. You couldn't even put Kobe. Kobe stood for more than that. Like, come on, man. Like, that's the problem. So if we look like we're celebrating the worst of us, then we're no better than the people we're getting mad at.
Well, you know what? Farrakhan should be president. I agree with that. Well, you know
I
what,
don't
brother?
either. No, I like Farrakhan, though.
Okay.
I like Farrakhan. I don't think he should be president.
But what I'm saying is that, like,
Farrakhan agrees with a lot of things Trump do, too.
huh?
I've seen an interview where he agrees with a lot of things Trump said.
Yeah, but whoa. You just that's some Skip Bayless shit, bro. That's Skip Bayless did to Shannon Sharp, bro. Like, come on, the same thing. You pick apart what he said about Trump and don't hear the
No,
whole
he
thing.
said
You
Trump
just
said
that.
he said Trump said some things that we've been knowing the media was fake. We've been knowing the news was fake, right? We've been knowing every time we turn the TV on, we only see the worst of us, right?
I agree.
So when he comes out and says fake news, this is what Farrakhan said.
But what fake news wasn't based off that. Fake news was based off his transgressions. It was based off him. It was based off what him and his cabinet did.
Nah, it's
That
based
was
off
fake news.
it's based
Come
off
on, man.
it's based off lies. It's based off lies, and we're not paying attention to how much the left lies either. And I know you don't have any affiliation, but we're not paying it. I've seen for 4 years the lies that's going on.
Yeah.
So but it's politics. I think everybody lies in politics.
Yeah, you're right.
So-
Are you trying to run for office one day?
I talked to somebody about it.
Yeah, I'm running for office. I hope I run against you. I'm gonna wipe the floor with you.
Nah, I'm gonna just Talk about you being emotional.
if you ask the people who is more emotional, Miriam, who do they gonna say?
Probably me.
I know, probably it was you.
Weren't we both screaming in this situation?
I was screaming.
Come on,
But I
T
was-
Hood. No, come on. And all your arguments are emotional based. All your arguments are meant to and push emotion,
Yo,
induce
I'm
emotion.
running for city council.
Where?
Uh,
What district?
West Side District. But hold on, I gotta get off. I want to wait till I'm off probation first. I got 5 years probation, but I will be off in October for all the good things I'm doing in the community. And when I go against this man right here, I want you to see this face right here, cause I'm gonna go against him.
I'm not gonna run for yours.
You bet not.
I'm gonna be on the east side.
Okay, well, good. We can run together, bro. We can have joint.
I think I'm gonna do
campaigns.
force.
I'm doing 46222, which is I think.
I just talked to a girl
Mhm.
Friday. We talked about some things.
Because I feel like I can make it. Eventually, I want to be the mayor. I'm cool with being a mayor. Hall really does me pretty fine. But I want to be.
So what are you gonna tell? What are you gonna change?
Uh,
Are you gonna attack systematic oppression?
no, I think.
How do you attack systematic oppression?
All I want to do is change the school system, bro. That's all I want to do. Bro.
Black Lives Matter is already doing it.
But that's cool. I'm gonna continue.
Are you okay with what they're doing though? They're pushing Marxism in the schools and LBGT history.
That right there, I don't agree with.
No,
I
you agree with
don't-
everything
no,
they do.
I
You
don't agree
said
with
you
everything.
said you 100% support everything they
I don't
do.
agree with teaching LG.
Why?
I feel like.
Why no? Why? Why
I don't-
not?
I don't go against the LGBTQ community. But it's one thing that I will say this. And this is, I will say this. I don't know how their rights are more important than black rights. Like they surpass black folks. They surpassed everything. True story. What I mean by surpass, I'm gonna tell you what I mean.
I know what you mean. I
Because
told
if
you it's in their bylaws.
You can offend a black person all you want.
Yes,
But
you
you
call-
offend a homosexual,
You can call them the N-word and everything. It doesn't matter.
your ass is through.
For years, they was able to call us the N-word.
Yeah, you're done. You say anything about somebody that's batting for the other team, you're done.
It's not even just
I
that.
don't know how they climbed and got over all rights, but
I
they're
told-
there. But
I-
they're there.
I told you how.
Yeah.
And you want to be so pro Black Lives Matter.
I'm pro-black.
I told you how they did it. They looked at our struggle, they utilized it, and then they pushed their own agenda through it.
Yeah.
They have done it forever. But I'm the coon, or I'm the one who's crazy for noticing it. I told you how they do it. I looked at the bylaws. This is what they're pushing. Right now, they're looking to push Marxist ideas, teach Karl Marx and everything in education. That's not what we want to learn. That's not what black people do. We don't care about that. What we care about is understanding, identifying how to be successful in America. So how do you utilize capitalism? Do we talk about credit in the schools?
No.
Do we talk about real estate?
No.
Do we talk about financial literacy?
No.
So that's what we want as a black community. Teach us how to utilize the system, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if I can teach you how to utilize the system, which, again, 2 years ago, let's say 4, when Obama was in office, okay, I like the idea of Obama.
Yeah.
We wasn't talking about any of this stuff. We weren't talking about systematic oppression. You know what we was talking about? Hey, man, let's start this credit thing. Let's start this financial literacy thing. With Willie, me and Willie sit down and talk. Let's get this money, bro. Let's figure out how to come together and make money. We got to the point where we start understanding capitalism. LeBron came in. I don't like LeBron James at all.
Oh!
LeBron came in the
Excuse
game.
me, what did you
I hate him. LeBron came into the league. He got a $90 million contract from Nike. He fired his white agent and hired his boys.
At the gate.
Right. So we're figuring it out.
Yeah.
When we start figuring it out, wait. No, y'all can't figure it out.
Okay.
Racism still exists.
Yeah.
Police brutality. Now we're like, oh, I'm so mad at racism and systematic oppression and police brutality. Right? And I'm not emotional now, I'm just being funny. This is how we're looking in the streets. And then we think about like, dang, I could have just called T Hood and we could just came together and just started a program and got money through the grants and government because the money's out there for minorities to take. We just don't know they even exist. And if we just figure out people who know how to get the money, then we can actually help the community without crying about it and then stop telling everybody our damn plans anyway. Black people like to talk too much. We could have been doing this. But what happened is we start figuring out how to win. Black communities start getting more money. Black families start coming together. Black fathers start being more prevalent in their children's lives. Racism, police brutality, anger. That's what happened. And now what's all we talk about? Think about it. Last time you talked to somebody, I share Willie every day because he's talking about money. I share Mike every day because he's talking about real estate.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Every day, all I do is share black people stuff. Every day. All I do is support black people, everything. I don't like LeBron James. Watch his shows. I don't like Michael Eric Dyson. Bought his book. Does not matter. At the end of the day, the only way we're going to keep our dollars circulating, if I don't like you or not, I gotta buy it. Somebody gotta buy it.
Well, you know what? Let me say this. And unfortunately, I can't be here too much longer.
I mean, I can't either.
Hold on, but time, I want to say this because you said something that I really, really. This should open your eyes up. I came on this show for a reason. I get invited, and I'm not tooting my own horn. I've probably been invited to 50 podcasts.
I get invited to a lot too.
I only came on 2. I came on his and I came on Sonora, my sister.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's like, and I'm going to have my own podcast coming up soon. But he's for the people. Don't get it misconstrued, y'all. Like, he's for the people. You don't have to agree with me to sit at the table with me. Let's just come up with something together. And I can tackle the East, you can tackle the West. As long as the message.
He's tackling the West. I'm the
yeah,
West.
he can get the East, I'm going to get the West. Best side. All I'm saying is that
Stop it.
my voice is what my people need to hear because I can guide them that way. His voice can't. But my voice probably can't guide his people either. But we all headed in the same direction. Black owned everything. Black entrepreneurship. Black excellence. Black businesses. Black love. That's what I stand for. I'm not ashamed to say it when they was calling me racist and shit like that because I said I don't want my daughter to marry a white man. It's not happening in my household. I just love who I love.
Ain't it funny you can say that and Kevin Hart can't say, I don't want my son to grow up gay and then
I don't want my
get
son
kicked
to
off
grow
the
up gay
grid.
either. What the hell? I wouldn't. If my son, he's not gay, but if he was, I wouldn't care. But I'm saying I want him to. But
Whoa,
I'm saying,
whoa.
I wouldn't care. That's not.
But you don't want him to marry a white person? That don't sound racist?
It could be. I don't give a fuck what it sounds like. My daughter's not marrying a white man. Period.
Just saying.
But I will say this.
That's the same thing Ku Klux Klan say.
I got a little bit of an enemy. Shit, man.
When you realize that
Tongue in cheek.
my homie did a podcast the other day with a member from the Ku Klux Klan,
Yeah.
and the things he was saying were eerily similar to the things we grew up hearing in our houses.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you want to know?
No,
what's
we're just
crazy?
not hanging people, like you
I'm
said.
gonna say this, and it's gonna make some people look at me a little different. I don't care. I'm okay with you being racist. Not you. I'm just in general. I'm okay with the white folks not liking me. It doesn't bother me at all.
I would rather you be racist.
Come out, because I know where you stand.
Right, and I don't have to
listen,
spend money
If
with you.
I'm for my people, how the fuck can I be mad at you for your people?
You can't.
I don't. I love my people so much so that, man, you can love your people, bro.
I'm okay with
I
that.
got Malcolm X tattooed on my stomach, this big. My whole stomach is Malcolm X. And his quotes. If you want to get David Duke tattooed on you, go ahead. Doesn't bother me. I don't care.
I like Malcolm.
I need to know where you stand, though. Don't come around me knowing you don't like me and don't like my people. When if I would have gone, hey man, listen, bro, he don't fuck with us, bro. But guess what? I know that. He ain't the wolf in sheep clothing. That's the only thing I like about Donald Trump. But he's an outspoken racist.
I don't think he's a racist.
You don't have to think he's a racist. I do. I'm just saying my personal opinion.
But I think all these white people and Antifa and everybody,
Antifa, yeah, Flock.
I think they're all racist and they fuck with Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, I mean, you know what?
The people you don't want to be around are the ones that support that movement.
You want to know what's crazy, bro?
Hold on. I want you to do something when we get off the show. The African American Museum just dropped something and said we need to eliminate whiteness.
The African American Slavery Museum in Cincinnati?
I don't know. No,
Okay.
I'm going to send you the link.
Okay.
And it says we need to abolish whiteness. You know what whiteness is? Showing up on time, hard work pays off. Like things that just make you a successful human being. It's like the most racist thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's kind of dumb as fuck.
And thank you. But we're not seeing that. We only see what they want us to see. Because we don't watch the right side. We don't watch what these white people are saying. I watch everything. And when things make sense, I'll be like, okay, that makes sense. Because at the end of the day, I don't care what they're doing. I only care what you're doing. So to me, it's a total different.
Well, you know what? I will say this though, because I went to Ben Davis and I grew up out west. I got love for all people. I'm not a racist.
I don't have love for anybody who went to Ben Davis. I went to Warren Central.
It's all good. I only went to Ben Davis for 2 days, but I got a lot of white buddies. I do. People, you know how the white folks, but I got close black friends. But I got some white buddies that's solid. But I say this: when I was in prison, it was Aryan Brotherhood, right? I wasn't folks. I wasn't vice lords. I was just me. I was West Side. I was Napa, and I ran the entire joint. But I had to sit down with them racist people. You wanna know why? Because they was hitting on the tobacco on the phone. We got to have a conversation. That's when two heads. They don't like us. I don't like them. Democrats and Republicans. But we got to find a middle ground.
But why don't we like each other?
But the thing about it is that we don't.
I don't think anybody's 100% Republican and 100% Democrat.
Well, not even that. That was just a hypothetical. But what I'm saying is that sometime in life you're gonna have to sit at the table with somebody you don't like. That's his life. Just because you don't like what I look like and like what I stand for, don't matter.
I don't
When
have a
you
problem
when
with
you in front of me, conduct yourself as an educated man, and we still can make something happen.
I don't have a problem with you.
Not you,
Oh.
per se.
I'm saying I don't agree with some of the things, but again, I'm gonna give you the year, and you're gonna come back because I felt the same exact way you did.
He said last time when I came here, he said, bro, you doing too much in a sense. And I'm like, why? He said, bro, I've been to Ferguson. I was there when Michael Brown got killed. I've been to all these places. I hadn't been there. I was in prison. I hadn't been there.
I felt the same exact way.
This is my voice is coming from many books being read, and I've only experienced it one time. That's when Drajon Reed died. I never experienced it any other time. He's been there. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm here.
So my thing is,
and ain't nobody ever stood up here until I came home. You can say whatever you want to say.
stood up how?
They never ever in a million years here. When Aaron Bailey died, Aaron Bailey just died from my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
They got a family of millions on the boat. Nobody done nothing for him. They never protested for him. And however you want to look at it.
I mean, stood up how? That's what you're saying, protesting?
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, peacefully protesting at that. I'm not talking about breaking shit and throwing shit. That's cool. I ain't got no problem with that. But that never happened here, bro.
You gotta stop saying that. You got too much power. That you have to have a problem with it if we don't.
I don't have a problem. I don't give a damn what. I don't have a problem with it, bro.
So okay.
I don't have a problem with it.
So
like 0%. I have no problem with what they
So
doing.
Chris Beatty died because of that, right?
No.
Stop.
That's not true, bro.
So
Don't say Chris Beatty died because of that. That's not true, bro.
So listen what I'm saying, bro. At the end of the day, you're saying, okay, what if somebody's job that you built, you got hood to hood, you got a whole center, your boy got a house, and some people come torch that because they mad. That y'all put together and built for kids. That stuff matters, bro. It's not that I'm valuing the building over a life.
Yeah.
It's not that because if we don't have money to rebuild, who's going to give us the money? I already gave you that whole scenario. If we don't have money to rebuild, then we're just putting everything to ashes and anarchy. And then what happens? Do you not know you live in America? Do you not know that everybody still doesn't like us around the world? Do you not know that people are waiting for a chance to pounce on us and take our freedoms? Do you forget that we got to protect a whole lot of countries? If we are in shambles, it's a perfect opportunity for them to come take over our country.
I agree. What I was saying was this, like, it was a movement. What side of history you gonna be on?
I'm not on your side.
That's cool because history gonna tell who the real or who not.
That's not true.
I know what side I'm gonna be on. I know when I die, they're gonna love me like Nipsey Hussle around this motherfucker. When you die, there's another black person dead. That's just a fact. That's how it be. That's just what it is. The masses gonna love me. The masses don't like you. Is that debatable?
It's very debatable. I'm loved in the city. Just because what you think you see on Facebook and you think people might say a couple of things around here, if I die, do you know what I've done in the world? That's the dumbest fucking comment you ever made in your fucking life. Like, don't ever say no dumb shit like that again.
I'm gonna say it again.
No, you don't ever. If you don't know what I've done in the fucking world,
like Nipsey Hussle.
I'm gonna be loved like whoever. It don't matter. I'm gonna be loved like
you would be just another nigga that's dead.
Are you fucking crazy?
No, that's how I feel.
That's crazy, bro.
That's how I feel.
Do you understand what I've done in the world? Do you understand how many people know me, period? Do you understand how many people I've helped? Do you know how many people's lives I changed? Do you understand any of that? Just because I have a difference of opinion, if I die, I'm gonna be another nigga? Are you fucking crazy, nigga? Like, seriously. Or that's a fucking crazy ass statement. Like, shit like that make me never want to talk to you again, my nigga. And that's on God. Like, at the end of the day, you end this shit. Like, don't ever tell me I'm dying to be another nigga.
That's how I feel.
That's cool.
That ain't gonna change.
I mean, it's cool, bro.
You getting loud ain't gonna change.
No, that's cool.
But
it's cool.
I said the masses.
No,
that's
cool.
how I feel.
No,
if
cool.
I die, they gonna love me like Nipsey Hussle. Because I stood for something.
I didn't stand for nothing.
I never said you didn't stand for nothing. I never said you didn't stand for nothing.
Bro, it's cool, man. It's cool.
But I stood for something.
Okay.
I stood for what people didn't think was popular. I gave him as many compliments as I'm gonna give in one day.
Bro, you don't have to give me compliments.
But
don't ever tell me I'm gonna die and not be a regular nigga.
Time out.
That's the most disrespectful thing you ever said.
But time out. You look. See, that's what I'm saying. See how he can say certain things. I let it roll off. But see, when I say something how I really feel, because what he don't understand. Yeah, you might be loved, and I never said that you didn't have people that love you. We all got people that love us. I'm not saying that. Of course we do. Come on, man. Even the trash can't get a steak. That's life. What I'm saying is this. Sometimes the unpopular opinion might be the right opinion, but it's unpopular. Because the people don't realize is that when Martin Luther King was alive, his approval rating was 10%. 90% unapproval rating. That could easily be him. It could easily be me. But when you die, and one day you gonna die.
100%.
When you die, it's gonna be people that look just like you. That's gonna say, man, fuck that nigga. He ain't give a fuck about us.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
No, 100% you're wrong.
You can't sound wrong. You can't sound wrong about that. There's people when I die gonna say the same thing about me. That's life.
They're gonna say that you didn't give a fuck about you.
That's life. You ain't got 100% approval rating around this motherfucker.
It's not about it being 100%. It's never. It's about the majority. And it, of course, yes, some people.
So no. Don't say yes and just gloss over you saying yes now.
It is going to be some people. It's going to be some people who say that nigga didn't give a fuck about us, right? And there's going to be some people who gonna be like, all he ever did was fight for black people. So no matter how you
what
see
side
it,
of history you gonna be on?
I'm doing the right side. I know I am. I don't even question it. Not even the slightest. I told you a year from now you're gonna come here and say I was right. I'm willing to bet you any type of money.
I never said you was 100% wrong. It's 99.99. And I'm gonna say this because it might have came off a little wrong when he died and when I died.
I don't.
I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say.
You're not normal to me.
No. I'm not trying to put you down as a.
No, I'm saying you're not known more than me. I don't think you've done more than me.
I haven't. There's no way.
You've been in jail most of your life, bro.
There's no way I've been.
So I'm saying, like the whole statement is ridiculous in itself. I would never in my life, for one, say anything like that. I respect you too much as a man to say when you die, you're just gonna be another nigga, bro.
Whoa. But all I'm saying is this.
I know for a fact.
And it won't change. What side of history are you on?
I told you the right side.
I disagree.
I know it's fine.
I don't think that you're a bad guy. I love you as a guy 100%. You might be you top 5 smartest guys I ever met in my life. That's not debatable. You top 5. Yeah. Shane Shepherd #1. He's a little bit behind him. He's a brilliant guy. At the same time, though, there's certain things that I vehemently disagree with him so much that he would move me. I won't get as loud as him. I won't threaten. I won't do none of that. It's not my style. All I'm saying is this. At the end of the day, we all gonna die.
100%.
You only gonna be remembered for what you done while you was here. And right now is a very tough, tense moment for our culture. Like, right, this is the civil rights movement all over again.
That's what y'all wanted to be.
No, it's not what we want it to be, bro. It's a fact, bro.
It's not, because not. We're not there. It is not that detrimental in America. We created that. It is not there, bro. But it's fine. I understand. It's the same thing. You think you're on the right side of history. Give it a year. That's all I'm going to say.
So you gonna say, well, listen, I will say this, though, as a man, because I do like him. I do think he's a smooth guy. That's the truth. That ain't gonna change.
Give it a year, bro.
But I don't agree with what he say. But
cool.
Tune in to his show. When is your next show, bro? Tell
next
my people
Monday,
that.
man. Next Monday, and because old Mike Scott gonna be on here, so that's fine, bro. Just give it a year. I know everybody's looking at me, and when you stand up for what's right, it's never popular. Like at the end of the day. So,
I agree. No, I agree with that.
So while everybody's screaming this Black Lives Matter stuff, I broke down to you it's a Marxist organization. We gonna
go Google this. You need to Google what he's saying because you need to Google it because I seen a whole thing on the internet. There was another black lady that's going so hard against Black Lives Matter and say they hate me and they hate this. This is a me. I know exactly what he's talking about.
So regardless, but Marxism in itself has failed time after time after time again, and it's created some of the worst monsters in history. It created Mao. It created Stalin. It created some of the worst leaders of all time. So you're telling me that a system that's never done anything but create some of the worst people of all time, and I'm agreeing with this system, I'm on the right side of history? Nah, bro. Like, it just doesn't make any sense, man. But it's fine. I'm all about black empowerment when it comes to economics. I'm all about black empowerment when it comes to us unity. I don't like 80% of the people that's on my Facebook page, and I share everything black. So at the end of the day, I live the life that I want to represent. Y'all can say whatever. Y'all can say y'all hate me because I don't agree with all this emotional ideology stuff. I don't care. The reality of it is, when this stuff goes down, I've done it time after time after time after time after time again. You look on my Facebook page, every time it comes on one of my memories, it says consistent. I'm telling you what's going on. I call all this coming out. The only thing I didn't call out was COVID. But I called everything else that was happening. I called everything up. And then I'm going to tell you right now, in November, it's going to be the worst election of all time because the right's going to say they're cheating and the left's going to say they're cheating. And it's going to erupt no matter what happens. If Trump wins, it's going to erupt. If the left wins, it's going to erupt. It don't matter. We are in a place where we're so emotional that we can't even think. We can't even sit back and like say, okay, what's going on? How I just figure this out? How everything's going on? What are we doing? We actually are in a good place in good time in America. Bro, you just pulled up in the Challenger. You fresh out of jail, bro. And you turned your whole life around, family, wife, everything. Don't tell me you can't win in America. You are the fucking American dream.
I agree with you. And so are you. And let's not get it twisted. I'm seeing the comments of my viewers and stuff. Like, I wanted to trigger him a little bit, and I did. I feel like I succeeded in that, and I apologize to my brother, because if he died, everybody is gonna be sad. He's a smart dude. He been more places than I've been. He probably seen more than what I've seen. That's true story.
Bro, I put everybody before myself all the time.
Time out. Man to man, you my brother, and I got number love for you, man. And I really, really mean that. I hope your show take off to the top. I hope you got the #1 podcast, and to me, and because my brother really Dynamite said he's gonna be on the podcast with me, we gonna shut the city down. So it's gonna be us. Then it's gonna be him right here beside us, neck and neck, man. I appreciate you letting me come on your show, man.
No, it was a good conversation, man.
Blessing my viewers.
But outside of me dying, that was the only thing I had a problem with.
Yo, it was a joke. Bro. Take the joke. I don't want to see you die, bro.
I can't say I'm a guy and then I'm not gonna be known. That
was a joke. I apologize.
The city is shut down if I die, bro.
I agree.
100%.
I agree, because I'm going to ride for you. Because I really got love for you, bro. I just was talking shit, bro. It's all love, bro. Hey, listen. Tune into his show, because I'm going to share every time he go on there. He's never going to have another guest like me. I promise you.
Mike going to be cool.
Mike, good guy. Good guy. Mike, good guy. Good guy. And I see what you do with the black community, man, how you uplift the community, man. And I put you on the spot when I said, what do you do for the community? Because a lot of my viewers don't know you. Oh. And you're not just a dude up here spewing out shit that doesn't have facts behind it. That's not you. Yeah, so it might not be a popular opinion, man, but it's a great opinion. I appreciate you.
It's not about it. You're closing my show. It's not about
my bad.
It's not about it being popular. It's about the truth, bro. And the only thing that matters is the truth. And sometimes we don't know the truth, and we make bad decisions without knowing the truth. And we praise Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. Mm-hmm. And we be like, Malcolm's about values mean necessary. Martin was like, turn the other cheek, right? Mm-hmm. When you look at that, I don't remember one violent act of Malcolm X, like him committing a violent act on anybody. Mm-hmm. So when they knew that I hit you back, they didn't hit you. When it came to Martin Luther King, they knew they would hit him, they hit him. The thing that's never talked about is when they died, they agreed.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's the problem.
Right before he died.
My question with perception again is, why do they have us stuck in the by any means necessary and the turn the other cheek? Martin Luther King said, I felt like I ran my people in a burning house. They called Martin Luther King a communist when he was meeting with all these people. Mm-hmm. He realized that I ran these liberals that you say you don't like, these undercover racists that act like they're your friend. Mm-hmm. They walk you right into the burning house and then walk out and let the house burn up because they're going to control the leaders. Now, Malcolm X was like, I don't need any help at the beginning. Remember when that white girl walked up to him in the movie and he was like, Nothing. But then he went to Mecca and realized that it's love everywhere.
That's what he seen. He had never seen that before.
So what I'm telling you is, sometimes when you don't see stuff, it might seem hurtful, and it might seem painful, and it might look like it's crazy what I'm saying. But the reality of it is that they want us in this emotional state. Mm-hmm. I'm a person who, majority of his life, gotten a lot of women. I know how to manipulate certain situations. This is what they're doing, and it's messed up, and it's evil. What's going on? The fact that they're utilizing somebody who went through 400 years of oppression, 400 years of oppression, and utilizing that to usher in a system that ain't got nothing to do with us is pure evil, because they're using us as a shield, and that's messed up. So if I see that and I try to warn my people, I'll stand on that. I'll die on that hill. I'm cool with, if y'all don't like me, just do the research. That's all I want you to do. What I'm saying, if I'm lying, then you can call me whatever I want to be. You call me. If you think I'm just being emotional, call me whatever you want me to call me. But if I'm telling the truth, and like I said, a year from now, you're going to come back and be like, bro, I can't believe you was right about it.
You're going to have me on your show
a year from now, and it's going to be after
I'm saving this live. I ain't never taking it down. It was 300 people or 250 the whole time you were talking.
So a year from now, you're going to come on here, and they're going to say, bro, you was right. It happens every time.
No doubt.
So, but I appreciate you coming on. And if it was 300 people on your live, that's good. It's like 18 on mine. But 20. So it's on theirs though. I just shared it off their page. But it's good, man. I enjoyed it. I
did too, man. This is one of the best conversations I ever had. Man.
It don't matter. Sometimes it's gonna get loud. I just don't like, and the reason I get quote unquote emotional is because I feel like we're having an emotional conversation when you just only bring up like emotions and not facts. I only want to deal with facts. And my thing is Power of Perception coming soon, which was going to change the game. My book is called Power of Perception, and that's all they're doing is controlling the perception of us. You control their perception, you control their reality. You perceive what you believe. If I could tell you that the police are trying to kill you all the time, when the police pull you over, your heart's going to beat fast. But if you look at the numbers and be like, police are trying to kill me, and then you pull over, your heart's not beating fast. And my heart doesn't beat fast. But let me tell you something else that I didn't think about, and we can get out of here because we went way over. But I felt the same way about black people, and I felt ashamed because of it. I felt ashamed if I was walking down the street and the dude was walking down the street. I'm sizing him up like if he do something, I might have to knock him out.
Yeah, I mean,
I felt ashamed because the same way we say white people shouldn't look at us, we're looking at us the same exact way. I changed my mentality. And when I see a brother walking down the street, I look him dead in his eye and be like, hey, what's up, man? And his whole demeanor lightens up too. Because he don't know if I'm on that. We both don't know if anybody's on that.
Great point, bro.
So if I walk up and see him and be like, hey, what's up, man? And have the nicest voice in the world, he lightens up.
He at ease too.
He's at ease now.
Yeah, he at ease too.
So now it's the same way with the police. You shouldn't, your heart shouldn't be beating fast because they're not. The numbers say they actually do serve and protect us. Is it bad police? Did the KKK do the police like they did back in the day and infiltrate it? 100%. I know all the history. I know all the facts. But now we started getting smart and we started learning how to win. And they didn't like us winning, bro. We had the most popular people in the world. You got to think about that. Influence matters. I told y'all for the last, and now I'm going to leave.
They said you like a pastor.
The last,
saying he gonna close his sermon.
the last 4 years, I've been telling everybody Black lives never mattered in America.
I agree.
If they fed our children to alligators, if they put vaccines in us for the Tuskegee and gave us syphilis, if they did all these things, they blew up to Tulsa, Oklahoma. You said insanity is doing the same things, expecting different results. Yeah. Black lives have never mattered. You know what matters? Black influence. That's why the LGBT community needed us, because when we do something, everybody follows because we are the cool.
Culture.
They running culture. Us. Fuck culture. Us. When we do something, it becomes the cool. Even if it's the wrong thing to do. We glorify all the wrong things. We glorify thugs, hoes, we glorify strippers. We glorify all the wrong things. But because we're doing it, it becomes the cool. If everybody start dressing up like T Hood, the young brother's gonna start coming in here dressing like T Hood. If all the girls be like, I like T Hood, and the way he dress and handle and conduct himself, then all the people gonna follow T Hood. We are the cool. Black influence matters, bro. And that's what we need to control. We need to be more like the Kardashians. Don't let nobody get paid off our influence. Kylie do a tweet, it's $400,000. Kim do a tweet, it's $500,000. Just for a tweet. We allow people to get paid, not only paid, get laws and policies and legislation off our influence and our pain. No, I'm not going.
Hey, but that might be the smartest thing I heard somebody say in a very long time. I agree with that. I have no rebuttal, man. That's a brilliant way to put that.
Amazing thoughts, man.
My man.
Appreciate you coming out.
My man. Brilliant.
And I'm about to go get something to eat again. Was the wings good?
Man, wings go to hell, man.